Her name is let me see her name. Shemu Kembaloye basically interviewed this young lady. I'm going to, and the guy involved had the boy involved is Chijoke. And then Shengu basically broadcast this lady because the lady has persistently fighting for justice um for the young man, his senior brother. And a lot of time we just ignore, we don't help, we don't support because we like to move on. For me, I don't like to move on. This story, I got it today. It has been there for many, many years. May Nigerian police not happen to you. And I want you to say amen to that. Whether you are a big man, you are a poor man, you are average man, may Nigerian justice system not be your portion. Good or bad, may you not encounter them. We don't have any. So if you think you are smart, I'm sorry. When it happens, it will be too late. You may be traveling to your state. You may be in your shop. You may be inside church. Because the story you are going to hear today is going to literally shock you and basically make you ask a question. Why did God destiny you to Nigeria? Then you have to also ask yourself, are we going to be over from this? This is just one story of many from people that are supposed to protect you. How they have made themselves God over you. They are not answerable to anybody. They do what they want. And the citizens keep enabling them. The story you are going to hear, no mother, no father, no sister, no brother will like this to happen to their family member. And the reason why I'm actually rebroadcasting this now is because I want to support this lady. I don't know who Chijoke is, first of all. I don't know who this lady is, second of all. But I know the story this lady is talking is true. I know the story this lady is talking is true. Because I have had first-hand experience with these people. And I am praying that may you not have that experience. May your family member not have the experience. You haven't got the experience now. Please speak out. If you say what we are saying no concern you, it go concern you. Me, I know it. So you better speak out so that it will not concern somebody that concerns you. Now, listen to the story.
Okay, isn't it?
Yes.
And for how long now have you not seen your brother?
It's been 12 years.
12 years.
12 years by November.
What happened?
Now, this is why I take the story. 12 years and a young lady who was literally, how old was she when this brother passed away? A young lady is fighting. This lady led a protest in Abuja on her own. And I have a blog and I can't support her. Then I don't think my blog deserves a space. Then I have a blog. Then I will hear this kind of story and I'm waiting for somebody to consult me. No, I am picking it. I am putting my voice on it. I am putting my voice on it. Listen.
To Chijoke.
This is a story about Chijoke, a 20-year-old boy that police basically take many of them and tie them in Anambra State.
Chijoke was arrested by the police in Anambra State, and when we got the call that they were, because it wasn't just him, they had gone for a child dedication ceremony. And so when we got the call that he was arrested, my mom went to the station at Ajali Police Station in Anambra State to effect his bail. When she got there, they told her that she can't effect bail because she was a woman. And so it was she just can't pay for his bail or get him released. So she had to call my uncle because my dad was already angry that Chijioke slept out that night. So
How old was he 12 years ago?
20 years.
He was 20 years old at the time.
Yes. So
he was arrested by the police and he was detained by the police.
Yes. So my mom called my uncle to come help her bail my brother out. While my uncle was on the way, the police station in Ajali said they got a call from Okuzu SAS in Anambra to send everybody that is in their custody. So the boys, all of them were transferred to Okuzu SAS. So my mom called my dad and said, this is not something that I can do on my own. It's now involving SAS. Okuzu SAS has called for their transfer. So my dad rushed to the station to the
Now, stopped. A young man is arrested in Ajali. Ajali is a little bit far away from Okuzo. I know Okuzo. Ajali is far away. Now, they now send, Okuzo now sends people that everybody in your custody, bring them to Okuzo. You know why they did that? Because the police in Anambra State were actively, when I mean actively, dealing on organ. They are actively involved in transaction that is dubious. Now, they have requested for the boys, bring everybody to our stations. Everybody in your custody, bring them from Ajali to Akuzo. The reason why this is important for me is because it is 12 years later, and a young lady who was a younger girl then is still asking for justice. Is still asking why. And it is on me to support her. I could have looked at this story. When I saw this story today on In-Depth Analysis, the guy rebroadcasted it. And the thing popped on my timeline. I took my time to watch the video. I went on the comment section. I Googled about the story. And I said, no, I have to put my voice. Because I don't see how a young lady like this will fight for justice for her brother for this so many years. 12 years now. 12 years now. So the brother was 20. This young lady may have been 18 at the time they took his brother away. They took her brother away. And she fighting for her brother, asking for justice. So let us lend our voice for her. Because you never know which voice may be picked up. And somebody will answer questions for this. Keep listening, guys.
What day of the week was this?
This was on a Friday.
On a Friday.
Yeah.
So what day did they transfer them?
It was on Friday that they were transferred.
They transferred on the same day.
They were arrested on Thursday and they transferred on a Friday.
So he slept over on Thursday over the night on to Friday,
yes.
And they were transferred to SARS. Yeah. He was detained in a normal police cell.
Yes.
But transferred to SARS custody.
Yes. So when
still in Oka?
No. Ajali is a town in Anambra,
okay.
And Okuzu is another town in Anambra.
How long? What's the distance between these two towns?
It's quite a distance, maybe like an hour.
Okay.
So they were transferred. So my dad, from Oka to Okuzu is quite close. So my dad just went to Okuzu to meet with them to know what is happening. My mom drove there to meet him. When they got in, they met the officer in charge, the OC of SAS, that is James Nwafo. And he denied having anybody being sent to the station or having any people being transferred to the station. So he told my parents that they can go, but they can come any other time and see if the boy was there. But like at this moment that the boys were not there, my mom assured him that she was told by the police in Ajali that they're transferring these boys to your station. Hey. And so she was quite sure.
How many were there?
We have 4 boys that were arrested.
That were arrested.
So
for what offense was your brother arrested for?
So the Ajali position told my mom that they were arrested for making noise. They had been playing loud music in a compound. where they were doing the child dedication. So somebody had reported the noise of the young boys and they were arrested. That was the answer we got from Ajali police station. Then they were sent to Okuzu, which was a shock to everybody. Like, why are they moving them? But it was a normal thing to do in Anambra State, as I then I would want you to know. Between the time of 2010 to 2014 in Anambra State, it's normal for anybody to be taken to Okuzu SAS for any reason. But
so just for any reason,
yeah,
they take you to Okuzu.
Yeah. But it's also very important to know that when your loved one is at Okuzu SAS, you can't sleep because the chances of the person returning alive is quite low, very, very low. Okuzu SAS was known for killing young people in Anambra State during that period.
The police officers in Okuzu were notorious.
We there now.
Allegedly killing extrajudicially.
Yes.
Innocent people.
Yes.
Who are in their custodies.
Yes. And this is something that is easily verifiable. When the panel of inquiry was set up in Anambra State after the NSAS was violently shut down, they had over 100 cases at the panel, all of them pointing at what happened between 2010 and 2014 in Anambra State, all pointing at James Mwapo, who was the officer in charge in Okuzu SAS, all of them pointing at people losing their loved ones, never being charged to court for any reason. These people never had an opportunity to defend themselves of any crime, just arrested by Okuzu SAS and killed. So my parents went there when they were told that the boy was...
This was a Saturday?
Yeah. No, this was on a Friday.
Oh, see, that Friday?
That Friday.
Great.
So my parents went there and they told that the boy was not transferred. As they were leaving the station, my mom saw the boys being led in. And so she raised the alarm and said, this is the boy I'm looking for. This is actually the boy we are looking for. This is him.
So they saw him?
Yeah, they saw him and they were in cuffs. So my mom started shouting at him, Chijoke, what did you do? Why are you here? And James Nwafo came out of the station and said that they should throw them out. Like they should throw my parents out.
Who is this James Nwafo?
He was the officer in charge then.
In Okuzu SAS?
Yes, he has now retired. So when my parents were thrown out, they came home and everybody was like, you can't sleep. You have to go back because if you waste any time, this boy might die. Right? So they went back on Saturday. They were not even allowed into the station. The police collected money from them and said, we are going to feed the boy.
How much was it?
A couple of thousands. They were always taking money from them to feed the boy. I was a teenager then. I was not even involved in all of this because they were...
So Chijoke was your older brother?
Yes, he's my elder brother. So they were
shooting... probably immediate brother?
Yes, he was my immediate elder brother. So they were shooting all of us from it, right? Trying to be adults about this. So they went on Saturday. They were not allowed in. My mom cooked on Sunday, took it to the station, gave them. And then on Monday, my parents went back and they said they want to see the OC. Since you're not allowing us to see the boy, at least let's see the OC and know the next course of action. And then they got in, they met with James Nwafo and tells him, please, we've been trying to see this boy since he was brought here, but we've not been able to. So we want to know what is the next course of action. My parents are willing to pay money. That was what was necessary, right? This man looked my parents dead in the eye and told them, I have killed your son. No, he said, if it's those boys that you came to see, I've killed them and there's nothing we can do about it. You are too late. This is literally less than 72 hours of them being sent to Okuzu SAS. How did you kill them? My mom, of course, slumped immediately.
With what we heard, they said in some stations in Nigeria, it's not just in Anambra State, in Ogun State, maybe not in Abuja like that, in Lagos, in Ekiti. They say the police, when their cell is filled up, they will just come and pick people out and pick them out. They were doing it on a regular basis. So if you enter their trap for any wrong reason, they could just pie you. And no question will be asked. The next thing you will do is to be going to bloggers, is to be going to human rights. You cannot ask the IG of police question. You cannot ask the police question. You cannot ask anybody question. Hey. And somebody will tell you that because he's got a life in Nigeria, you should come. You should be regretting or being abroad. This life, where would they think about? How long you won't take liver? Now, question one I want to ask some people be this. How long will they watch?
My dad couldn't believe it. So he stood there and was asking him, so what are you saying? He said, no, it's too late. There's nothing we can do. People should leave my office. So they had to take my mom to hospital. They came back home and friends came around and like, maybe he just wants you to offer money. Did you people even offer money when you went there? You're just asking questions. So my dad had to sell our land and take money in a bag. And that was the first time I'm seeing millions of naira in my life. It was packed in a bag, 3 million, and went to meet him and said, please, man to man, I'm begging you, this money, take it and just give me my son. It was like a couple of weeks after, right? So we sold this land urgently. It was not at the worth of the land. And this man said, this money is too small. It's too small, but even if it was enough, I said that the boy is dead and there's nothing we can do about it. And stop disturbing me, right? And so my dad came back a broken man and we started going through human rights organizations, lawyers will take money from you and say they're going to take the case to court. And then they get threatened and they say they can't take the case to court anymore. They're scared of this.
Most lawyers in Nigeria, they don't take on police. Okay, can anybody tell me which lawyer have taken on Nigerian police before? Which lawyer in Nigeria have taken on Nigerian police? Falana? Who? Which lawyer? Which lawyer have sued Nigerian police? When did you hear that Nigerian police have paid a compensation for what they have done to somebody? This story of this young lady is one of thousands of stories. One of thousands of stories. And do you know why I am so heartbroken and also feel sad and painful watching this young lady? She's a woman. She's a single girl. She's a young girl. For 12 years, she refused to give up. On her brother for justice. She may never recover the brother. This is what I call activism. This is what I call activism. Some people will come here and tell you, this story is too long. Forget it. People are telling me Afiba and Celine went missing in April. People are telling me on my comment section, this story is long. Forget about it. 2 people went missing. The suspect, the alleged suspect, my friend, was spied by the same police. People are telling me on the comment section, are you still on this story? I am wondering what kind of a human being are these people, are these Nigerians? The thing always shocked me, like, you are talking about human being, you are talking about, say, na person they miss. Na person, they say, they pie. So when they talk about time, you say, the story is late, it's old news. Is it old news to this girl now? But do you know the worst thing about this family? They have no closure. They never see Chijoke. They never have a chance to say goodbye to Chijoke. They never have a chance to actually put Chijoke to rest in a peaceful way. They have no explanation. Nobody explain anything to them. So you are forced to believe in the lies that the police tell you. Because if you ask them to give you what really happened, they are not in position to give it to you. May Nigeria not happen to you. And if you are supporting what happened, if you are justifying anything about that failed state, then it will happen to you. It just when. May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to you. Whatever you do, may Nigerian police not happen to you. May you not get, in short, the worst thing in Nigeria is Nigerian police. Una don't get problem with soldier before. Have anybody ever get problem with soldier before? Have you got problem with custom before? No. Okay, somebody say yes. But soldier, oh, now small. Maybe they slap person. Maybe they slap person. The police na everyday assignment. The whole of the department, from the IG office to the smallest police at the checkpoint, they are all involved in kidnapping. They are involved in everything, in armed robbery. And they are now involved in buying people. That is their job. And nobody can question them. Nobody can question them. Nobody can question them. No lawyer have sued them. Can somebody tell me which lawyer have sued Nigerian police? In all of this case now, as obvious as this case is, the only ramification where this guy get now to go to media. In short, I take my hat off for this girl, because the girl did not just stop there. The girl went to the Senate. The girl went to National Assembly. She protested on her own. When I was looking at the video today, I was almost crying. On her own, she has a placard in front of her like this. And she was asking, where is my brother Chijoke? On her own, one lady's protest. And now she's on Shemu's podcast. Now we are talking about her. That is called spirit of perseverance. As you say, she said, I don't even know. I'm not much aware of what was happening then, because I was younger than my brother. But now she's educated. She believes in justice. She's using her social media to ask. Do you think this girl is asking to get her brother back? It's asking for you that have not been affected. No, do you guys think this girl is waiting? There are all these things she's doing it so that the police can pay her or the police can give her brother back? No. She's doing something so that the next 10 victims, at least 6 of them or 1 of them could be saved. That is why she's doing this. Because I don't think she's doing this to say, suddenly go and bring my brother for me from whatever it is. No, she's doing it for posterity. She's doing it for me and you.
about this. You can't say it publicly. He will track you to your house. He will kill you. But then I was no longer in Anambra. I was far from him, and I felt safe enough to speak out about it. So in 2019, I made the tweet about it, and then I saw him on Twitter, James Nwafo. So I quoted his tweet, and I called him out. I said, "You are not good enough, the police officer, to be asking people to join the police force." So I detailed what had happened to my brother and everything, and he replied. Funny enough, he replied and said, "Oh, those boys were arrested for armed robbery."
Okay.
And
I'm gonna pause it. The young lady went on the Twitter and quote the man James Nwafo. James Nwafo is not a commissioner of police. James Nwafo is not IG of police. James Nwafo is not DIG of police. But James Nwafo is not accountable. James Nwafo, nobody can ask him a questions. That is the culture of Nigerian police for you. That is the culture of Nigerian police for you. Nobody can ask him questions. They are above the law. The only thing they know how to do is intimidation and basically. Please, I want you, if you're on TikTok, I beg of you, the topic I'm discussing is a heavy topic, as you know. As long as if you are here, and even if you're not enjoying it, if you're not enjoying this particular one, because it's not your cup of tea, I understand. But do help us to click likes. It's very important. It is free of charge. They don't charge you for that. Just tap on your phone for me, please. I'm not asking you to gift me, please. I'm asking you to click likes so that we can beat the algorithm that is knowing that we are using some language they have already set a parameter for that we cannot use. Please, that is the only way we can stay a little bit, because there's no point of speaking when there's nobody hearing us. So let us be able to make it attractive, because when you are clicking likes, other people will join, and then that's how another person may pick this news. I pick it from somebody. I pick it from in-depth analysis. I pick it from his page today, and now I'm talking about it. Somebody else may pick it from our page, and that person may be more powerful than us. You see the power of speaking out. So in-depth analysts posted it. It was not in-depth that interviewed this lady, but he posted it. He used his platform to share it. Now I was flipping through my phone. It comes up to me. Now I am talking about it. Somebody more powerful than me may come through my page, and the algorithm will send it to them, and they too can add their voice. That is how to generate force for good. Thank you. Now I'm going to, you guys are going to come on, please. If you're already joining, I want to say good evening. TU, good evening. Pro Africa, good evening. Raphael just joined. Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Good evening, guys. TU, good evening. Pro Africa, good evening. Yeah.
There is something I want to explain.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because you see, first of all, I thank you for some things that you will carry some issue, which is very important. Very important. There is some issue you pick up to explain, at least to see make some awareness. So first of all, that one I appreciate. Thank you for that. But I want to explain something here. During that time for Benin, where I did Nigeria, I explained something what happened to me. I did fixed phone for Aboma. I just want cut out. So one day, the customer bring phone for me. So for that aspect, the phone spoil. I don't come fix it. When I want the phone spoil. So then I get somebody for Apapapa. There is one matured man from Apapapa. Get a very big shop where they fix phone. So I call him for phone. I say, oh, you get this pass. It's spoiled for this phone. I won't buy it. He said, "Make I come." The shop there, brother and a lawyer. Brother get close to his shop there. He get office there. So getting to that man place for Apapapa there. I say, "Where the thing?" He say, "Hold on. He dey come. He dey come." He say, "Give me now because the customer dey wait for me for shop." The man say he dey come. He say he dey come. Before I know, one boy come down because now upstairs one boy, the boy will follow the get the phone, go follow and talk. I follow the boy small, come out for the office. The boy they go downstairs. I say, you don't carry the phone. He say, "My come." The boy go, they carry me, they go back. So and me, I carry back of answer. So I said, my mind, waiting coming to my mind, want to take something for inside my back. I run back again. Immediately I run back. When I run back then, the man know they again. He didn't come out for the brother. I see the boys sit down there. About two of the boys sit down there. The man come out for inside the brother chamber. So before I know the man, I said, the boy wait, say man go follow him. See he carry the pass come. The boy know, he tell me say man follow him go. Where I won't follow him go. Before I know the man say, I became one for you. My phone don't lost. My phone don't lost. I said, I never come out. I never leave this place. Search everybody. My bag they here. My bag of said, I said they here. Search everybody. The man say no. Before I know, police don't dey where I dey. Immediately police dey where me I dey. They don't arrest me. Straight to New Benin police station. When we reach New Benin police station, I don't write statement. They just put me there. They say cell close to the. If you just enter the police station, they say first cell by your right. Then they just put me for inside the cell. When they put me for inside, because when they carry the come, then they say lady there. One lady say, wait statement. Waiting happen. Say madam, wait, we come. Now so they just put me for inside the cell. When they put me for inside the cell, I go there and meet four of them. And these four people, they handcuff their hand and they handcuff their leg. They handcuff their hand and their leg. The four of them. You know, the other one, they use one handcuff their two legs together. Use one handcuff their their leg. You know. So when me entered, I said, they don't put me for a side there. They don't come out. So that was one of the boys. Come tell me, say, waiting carry you come. I come tell and say, see, you explain this thing for him. He say, no. This place where they put you, so a very bad place. So he said them now. Now, like, if you know be today, they go kill them. When they go buy them, it will be tomorrow. I say no, all of them when this four. Say four of them when they here now. If not today, they go buy them. It will be tomorrow. Now say they say see waiting they do. I can't say waiting. You say you know they say they be a robber. The God explain. They say anybody, say people say they be 6 years before. Say they don't come carry 2 this morning, they don't go buy them. Say anybody when they buy now they carry come to sell. They say if you know say you know the hand robber, stand up, shake it. That's why I take stand up. I just shake the gate. Go. I just shake the protector. Because he get very close to the counter. I shake the protector. Go. That's not all the police don't come out. The DPO was there. And so everybody said, who be this? And they can't come out. Do you know what he was asking? Who put her here? Who be this? What thing he do? The woman for counter said, no, you don't get the statement, no. Nothing not like statement. Then the DPO said, when they carry me come up. When they carry me go up, the DPO was asking, what thing he do? The IPO will come there. You don't fit up anything. Now, the time say, when the content, I say, I'm a call person, then I get one, a good friend of mine, commissioner of police. I come call him. As I just call him, I call one of my brother. Because that time, the content is okay, since you don't have, you go bring money now, I say, when they pay you, I say, okay, wait, man, call my brother. And so I collect phone. And they give me phone. I call my brother, I will go bring money. I can't call one commissioner for state CID. Now I just give the DPO phone. I see your day stand up, greet them, sir. Because they explain. Because waiting happen. The DPO they tell us he don't know. Say that now they kind of for say come and say he don't know. The DPO drop the phone. They have this police, this all these deputy police work on. What thing you do they don't know. Do you know what later happened, my brother? Do you know say they want to use me and change person head when they inside prison, when they don't really condemn to death? So you know, do you know the commissioner, because he was my very tight friend, he tried this case. He just say the man come into your office, he say, my dear, you get nice. He begin to explain some kind of thing. So, you know, if it never happened to you, you no go understand. If to say, no be as those four boys explain on this thing, they explain. Because when you are, they say, what you God do for you, what thing happen? They just explain that. They say, if they don't buy the tomorrow, they go buy them. Anybody, when they say they're sick, they don't buy this morning. If you know, say, you know, shake, now just shake that gate. So, my brother, you know all these things, you know.
You know, say, you know what they do. 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 All those spy where they pie. If you don't ever watch this Korean movie, that one where they do a Squid Game or Squad Game, if you watch it, those spy, they know they pie the person complete too. They'll go collect something from that person, from those people, but they'll now market it be for them. Now heavy market it be for them. Heavy market it be for them.
Because bros, you get what me as they surprise. They go this person. They never carry the person go court one day. Like what you are, what you would talk so? Even for back of belief, for back of this CID for belief, there is a mode there. That mode, see that mode for that place. How many people did they buy?
I say my friend from Ogun State told me that this is what they do. The people know before you know, you hear pa. They don't buy them. They go pack them. So make I tell you, what did they do? Be say, what did I know? Say that they do. Be say, they no go buy those people complete. Then they remove something from their body. This is when I tell you now. Once I finish, go on my Telegram. Go and look at Andrew Ochekwo, the guy that the police spy on Afiba and Celine case. I want you to listen very well. Oh. Go and look at Andrew's body. Andrew had fresh stitches in 5 places. Are you listening to me? Fresh stitch in 5 places. No, the picture is there. The picture is there. And this picture came out. Police said they pie Andrew in Benue. You say, we pie Andrew in Benue. You pie Andrew in Benue. Harrison went there 2 days later to make a video. Why are you stitching the man where you never carry out the autopsy? I have the video. Because you know, you don't understand how this case is. So I have the video of the whole thing. Harrison posted it. I took my time. It is hard to look, but I will put it today. I will post that video on my Telegram. If you have a heart, take your time and look at the body. In 5 places, Andrew was stitch here, stitch here, stitch here, stitch here. There was a stitch here. So me say they come out something from here. Okay. Nigerian police is an enterprise of criminality. What I am telling you now, I have the whole video. I have it. I have the picture. Andrew was with this police for 5 days. This police pied him on the road. They pied him on the road, caught his body. Then the foolish people bring it out in order to do cover up and ask Harrison Gwaminishu to go and video it and show it to his Mumu followers as a trophy. It's a trophy for them because they wanted to do cover up. I was on them, I was calling them out, and they were trying to justify what they have done. And they call Harrison. Where in the world have you here that Nigerian police will call a private citizen and they will go and remove somebody body from mortuary to come and take picture of him and show it on social media? Where have you heard it before? Where has it happened? Where has it happened?
You know, you was explaining that one that they give you. When I see that video where they give Harrison 10 million, I said, okay, police don't go give the guy. Now Harrison, they don't give Harrison.
Because Harrison is a criminal. Harrison is working in hand with them. If you see Harrison, no, just I'm asking how many of you here now? I want you to jump over to Harrison, zoom one of his picture or his video. Look, ask the spirit in you to tell you who Harrison is. No, I am not even asking. Don't ask God. Just because there's a human spirit, there's a conscience. There's a conscience in you. So ask the righteous conscience to tell you who this guy is. Forget about all those mumu follower where they follow him up and down, where they do give away for. The guy is an underground criminal. Okay.
See, my own concern here, bro. My own concern here is that, you know, like Nigeria, everybody will say it never happened to them. Sometimes people, no, only one thing you said here like that. Some people will come here and say, you don't say now, leave that matter because it never happened to me. And I pray one day it will happen to me. And he will understand what things they go on. So when people are complaining, you will know why they are complaining. So that is just my own.
Like, let me just say this thing. Like, this young lady was 16, 17 when this thing happened to the brother. And this young lady has carried it upon her head. Do you guys think, are we sitting down here and think this lady is doing it for her brother to come back alive? To you, Pro Africa, do you think this lady is doing it for the brother to come alive?
No, he's doing it to help the next victim.
You know, she's doing it to enlighten us so that we know what is happening on the, just to help other people not to be victim of the same thing she and her family were victims of.
This is awareness.
She led the protest to Abuja on her own. You know what she said when they asked her now? We're still going to watch it. When they asked her, why do it on you? Said because she was scared. That at that time, she didn't want a situation where she will carry people along and then they will harm them. If now she the pie, if she go protest on her own, so be it. So she big a placard and she have it on her chest and she did 7 days protest. on her own. Then one honorable member now take her case. My brother, my Nigerian people, please pray that may Nigerian police not happen to you.
Nigeria is not a state. When it comes to policing, it's a failed state. When it comes to policing in Nigeria is just like when you know somebody. If you don't know anybody, you won't be innocent of what they are accusing you of, but you will get the worst treatment the most deadliest criminal would ever get. Your case will be worse than what that one will get. If that one should know people and you don't know anybody.
Make I ask you a question. Do you know what it takes that police, the person where they don't pay, the police go send social media person go there, they go much more, they go bring the person out to take picture.
It's not connecting at all.
Do you understand the gravity of that kind of? Do you understand what that means?
It's not making any sense.
And Harrison stood there and put his leg and called the man bastard. And you have conscience and you are happy. Let's go. Let's go and listen to this young lady.
Exchange of fire and my brother died. How is there exchange of fire when my parents saw him?
The police were now lying. So when the mother went to Akozo, he saw his son. He even spoke to the son. The police are now saying 2 years later, oh, there was exchange of fire. And then the boy died in the exchange. The story don't connect. They just talk waiting in their mind. They just talk calm. They just talk calm. So no accountability. There is no accountability. Whatever story, like when they tell you Andrew was driving left, right, Andrew was on the chain, then Andrew came into the car, then they asked Andrew to go to the front. This kind of story, this is the cup of coffee. If you tell that story to cup of coffee will shake head and say, are you okay? But this is the kind of story. Okay, look at the story they are telling the mother of this guy now. We carry him go back, and then there was exchange of fire, and he buy. When he buy, why you no call us? At least to come and carry our body. Why you no call us? At least to come and carry our son. Because that was never the truth. In a situation, this James Unwafo supposed to be investigated now and bring to justice. Every police officer in that department have to be investigated. But where are you going to hear it? Who is going to investigate the police? Which lawyer is going to sue the police? When you are talking, they will be there. They will say, hey, police, they pay people for America. Any police will pay anybody for. If sure, if police pay an arm robber in America, they will still sue the police and police go still pay. If this man commit any offense, you don't arrest him. Send him to court. Pass judgment to him. Let the court decide. You carry a 20-year-old boy. You pay him. I don't know what kind of a heart our people have. A boy that have just beginning his life. You pay him. And you're cooking stories. You know, the other day, when this Abuja incident happened, we talk about it here. And a lot of people on the comment section, you know, Nigerians, they are very, very sentimental. They will tell you, oh, we want, they should have pied that guy there. Make they pie the guy there quick. I'm like, if you pie the guy, all the connection that this guy have in criminal world. Because for a guy to decide to buy a girl and cut them like that into many pieces is not working alone. Now we now understand again. This girl no be girlfriend, they no know each other. But wetin Nigerian police they tell you say na in girlfriend. Is it not Nigerian police that supposed to investigate and come out and tell you they have no connection? Eh? TU. Is it not Nigerian police that are supposed to investigate what are the connection between this girl and this man? True. Let us find out their true relationship.
Bro, let me tell you first of all. How they want to find out? As Nigeria days, and Nigerian police days, so they don't get data.
They get.
Nothing.
Baba, they get. The biggest data we have for investigation is cell phone. That is the biggest. With that one, everything is solved. Cell phone is everything. Number is everything. If the guy say, this girl I pie is my girlfriend, okay, the data is there. Call the network. Ask the family of the girl, how long has this girl been using this phone? They talk am. Collect the phone from the man and then join the network and see how many times their network come closer to each other in the last 6 months.
Okay, I want to tell you something.
No, TU. I want you to understand what I talk now.
Let's say something, sir. My brother, I just joined you like Ben. Good evening from Nigeria.
Nande, good evening.
Ben, I really want to know this. Sorry to take you off track, but we're talking about Nigerian police, so I can as well bring it in. What is the latest update report on Afiba, Selim, and this other guy's issue? What is the, because Nigeria, as we're talking now, Nigerian police has not briefed anybody about the report of their investigation. Absolutely nothing. So is that how? Is that I don't understand. 2 young ladies got missing. Many other young ladies were reported to have probably fallen the same victims. The main suspect was arrested, and in very funny circumstances, the man was spied, and we were told that police were investigating and they were going to get up. As I'm talking to you now, except I'm missing something, no update on that issue.
Have you, okay, thank you, Nandi, for that question.
What is actually the problem?
Nandi, when this case happened, did you hear Nigerian police come out once and even admit that the girls were missing?
Absolutely none.
Have you, okay, when this case happened, did you hear Nigerian police came out once and accused Andrew, the one they pied, of being a suspect? Nigerian police, I mean Nigerian police.
Yes.
Did you hear them?
They arrested the guy.
Yes.
They claimed they were investigating.
Yes. So did they come out? The guy denied. Did you hear Nigerian police say this guy is the one that did this? Did you hear them one statement about the guy?
Yeah, most of the time they said they arrested him. They were investigation. I just want to find out what is the update.
Now let me tell you. Thank you for asking. There is no update. They robbed him. They took his property. They took his money. Harrison stole his property. Harrison. All of the information you know it from me and Harrison. Did you know any information from the police?
No, everything I have had so far was from you and Harrison.
Are we supposed to be the one to give update?
Because Harrison kept saying that police was going to give up.
Harrison is an under. Harrison is a criminal. I tell you, Nande, tell your family, tell people you know. If they see Harrison and they see arm robber and they see police, they should better start running straight to arm robber. This thing I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now from the highest source. I am telling you now. This is a very serious warning.
Because one of the girls, one of the victims was a Ghanaian.
Yes.
I thought the Ghanaian authorities would have also have put pressure on the Nigerian authorities to have, do something. Because if it's an American or a British that died in that circumstances, you trust that diplomatic pressure will be brought to bear on Nigeria to, to investigate properly and prosecute whoever is involved.
The only person actually investigating this, the only person actually investigating this crime is the British that contact Nigerian police to explain to them what happened to Andrew in their country. The Nigerian police are now basically quiet. They never accused Andrew. They know that I just gave you an example now. That the phone record is everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
My brother, your phone that you hold now, the last 12 months, every spot you've been, every spot that have repeated itself 3 times, your phone can basically 1 minute, the police can just call it from MTN or Globacom. It's 1 minute they will call it. Everywhere you've been to. Every contact you have that is your regular contact, the police can basically request it. Okay?
Yes.
So this is the biggest revolution to fight crime, is the cell phone. Now, this is my own. Nigerian police say Afiba and Selim were missing from Andrew's house, right? Then they said they track Afiba Selim phone to Owerri.
Yes.
Owerri, they track it to Owerri.
Yes.
They told Andrew in Umuahia that these girls were on a self-kidnap. Their phone is turning off and turning on. Andrew paid them money to do their investigation. Right? They did everything there in Umuahia there. And they were about to release Andrew. These criminal officers traveled to Umuahia and collect Andrew and said the IG of police want to see Andrew, which is a lie. IG never sent them a message. They took Andrew on a 6 days joining. They slept in a hotel and they pied him on the 6th day. Namde, if they bring that case in front of you, would you say Andrew is guilty of anything at that time?
Makes a suspect until he has been proven guilty.
Yes. So what do you think that makes them to collect Andrew from Umuahia and be sleeping in a hotel and be eating along the road and be collecting his money and finally pied him?
My brother, let me be very honest with you. One of the greatest challenge, if not the greatest challenge we're having in this country called Nigeria, is the corruption in the police force. There is one young boy that sang one song then, the song was very popular. He said, police go, he said, what if, if you thief money, police will parade you in African China. African China. Remember that guy? He said, police will parade you as a criminal. They will show you then on television. Well, when you are a big criminal, in fact, police will become your friend.
Mm-hmm.
This was a song by a young boy, and that is actually reflective of what is happening. I don't know. There are so many cases that have defied investigation. People have died. Let us even not go too far. What of people who were brazenly killed in northern Nigeria on religious ground. Yes.
People that use pie, I beg, so that they will go stay here a bit longer. Mm-hmm.
Yes, people were extinguished. People who were unliked, set ablaze, and they died in the broad daylight. Look at the latest incident that happened in Sokoto, where a student was spied, a girl was spied in the afternoon, set ablaze by some of her classmates and other fanatics.
What happened in that case? The people arrested, what happened to them? Okay, who's supposed to prosecute them?
Sometimes when I sleep and wake up in Nigeria, I will thank God, because here the truth of the matter is that anything can happen at any time.
My brother, I want us, Nande, hold on there, because this Chijoke case that we are highlighting this evening is very important to my heart, because this support we are showing to the sister and the family. I don't know Chijoke. I don't know about the story. I got to know about the story today. And then we are supporting her now because of her quest for justice. So let us finish listening to that, and then we'll come back to analyze it in a proper way.
Alive in your custody. But even if my brother was an enemy, even if he was the worst terrorist on earth, you have arrested him.
Okay, let me give you a summary. The young lady talking here now is fighting for her brother, Chijoke, that was basically arrested among other boys in Anambra State when they went to a house party and taken to Ajale in Anambra State. From Ajale, they transferred them to Okuzo. In Okuzo, they pied this young man, or this young man disappeared. The mother went there, saw his son, and then they never allowed the mom to make a proper contact with the boy. 1 year passed by, 2 years passed by. Now it is 12 years later. The younger sister is still asking what happened to Chijoke, and is still pulling one James Onwafo, that was the head of the police department in Akuzo, and is still pushing him and telling him that he's responsible for what happened to the brother. Now, this is my courage here when I see stories like this. Justice have no limitation, because this woman is so passionate and want justice for the brother, and also want lesson learned. She has been dragging Nigerian police all her life. This year make it 12 years since Chijoke disappeared. So when this story came out and this lady is still on it, we have to highlight it. So we are playing her interview, narrating the story of what the family went through and they are still going through. And no answer from Nigerian police up to today. And the boy was 20 years old when they did this to them. So the sister is talking. I hope you can grasp a little bit. Yeah.
How did he die in your custody? It was a simple question, and he never did answer that question. So when NSAS started in Abuja, I was at the office. I heard that some people went on the protest and were chased back by the police that Friday. And I decided to join the protest. So I joined and led the protest in Abuja up until the time it was quelled in Lagos, and all of us were scared for our lives. And I had to go back to Anambra State for the judicial panel. And that was it. I went to the judicial panel. That's a whole new problem on its own. My lawyer came from Abuja, Abdul Mahmoud. He was my lawyer then. He came from Abuja to Anambra. We went to the panel. And the police then says, okay, so yes, the police legal rep, his name is Innocent Obi. He says, yes, the boy was arrested. The boys were arrested. And then they were interrogated. And they confessed to being armed robbers. And in January 2013, which is a different story from what James Manford says, right? In January 2013, they took them to their hideouts. And when they got to their hideouts, their colleagues opened fire on the police.
So This is a story a lawyer is talking. After almost a year in your hand, you took a suspect from the cell to the hideout. Does that make any sense to anybody? After 1 year. After 1 year, you took a suspect and you took him to a hideout, and then there was a shootout there, and a pie. You see, I don't understand why anybody would believe these people. But let us listen.
And my brother was shot, and he was taken to University Teaching Hospital, Niwi, and he died there. So my lawyer asked for the doctor to come and confirm if this is true. The doctor did not come. Okay, so if the boy is dead, where is the body? The least you can do is to release the body to the family. Nothing like that has happened. Nobody gave us an answer to that. I was hopeful at that panel that after the panel has sat, they would then release their findings to the public and maybe make a recommendation. Anything. I wanted justice. I was really quite hopeful. Everybody in my family was like, okay, this is the time that we might get justice for it. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. The NSAS panel, judicial panel of inquiry in Anambra State, never released their findings. They never made it public. It was submitted to the governor, of course, and nothing came. No white paper was released. Nothing was said about it, and it just felt like everybody moved on, right? And this has been the part. We would have hope that something will happen, and then nothing happens. Last year, I started to do a one-person protest in Abuja myself because I was quite scared for people joining the protest. It was in July, which was ideally Chijoke's birthday. I was scared of doing the protest with people because a new government was just inaugurated. I don't know how they would react to a full-blown protest. I did a 10-day one-person protest in Abuja, and it led to my rep, Obi Urubu, taking my petition, finally like paying attention to me, of course, and taking my petition to the Public Petition Committee of the House of Assembly, House of Representatives.
Now, when this guy wrote this book, when Farotimi wrote this book, okay, people think the guy went too far. Now, the lady said there was a panel that was set up in Anambra State. The panel hear from everyone. Okay, the story the panel told was what the lady released. Now, was the lawyer for the police. The story the police told him was what the lady just told us now, that they took the boy back to the hideout, and then there was something happened there, and the boy pie. Then they took the boy to the hospital, and they took the body to the hospital. Blah blah blah. There is no governor that will release such nonsense to the public. There is no governor. They will not release it because the story don't make no sense. And so many stories like that repeat itself. So the lady have a high hope that this panel, and they will dress, they will go to the panel, they will sit down. It is just a game. It's a skit they are doing. It's a skit. Now, where you will know that we are running a failed state is what happened after the lady get the attention of House of Rep member. Just keep listening.
In December last year, I was called to the committee. I went, the police did not come the first day. They came the second time of the hearing. They said that they did not have enough information. Bear in mind that between 2019, when I took over advocacy for my brother, to 2024, I've sent over 20 petitions. I got to a point where like I was a lawyer writing petitions every other day. The police acknowledged receiving my petition via email. I sent them an email. On Twitter, the PRO acknowledged seeing my petition. They accepted that they saw it, but then at the panel, they said they didn't see my petition at all. They never got it even from the panel because I submitted at the panel too. So they were issued a new one. The next time the hearing came on, they also said that they don't have enough information to give any answer to my case. And so the panel mandated them to send the IG because this case has been on for so long. They want the IG to come and give an answer to this issue. And that was why the police stopped coming to the panel. I went the last.
Did you hear that? So this girl was able to raise her own case single-handedly to the National Assembly. The police have no answer. In a civilized country, there will be $200 million compensation to the family. They will go to civil case. But what happened? What happened? Now the police have no answer. When they say we have no enough information to defend our ground, that means guilty. But who is going to sue Nigerian police for this girl?
Hearing was in April. The panel told me that they would get back to me on a new date. They've not given me a new date. The police never came to the panel. They never gave answers to this issue.
And the body of Chijioke has not been found
at all up till today.
And the hospital in which they said they took his body to, were you able to go to the hospital?
So my parents went to the hospital. It's not that teaching hospital, and the MD
is in Oka.
Is in Nnewi, in Anambra State. Yeah. The MD then was in 2020, right? Also said that like they never got anybody. But even if they did, he wouldn't even know, because this happened in 2012 or 2013, as the police claimed. 7 years later, if they got a body, I don't know how they would have preserved it. But why the police then refused to give us access to Chijioke while he was in their custody is another issue. Why would you take someone who has confessed to a crime, per se, to the crimes, to go and meet with these people? And how come it's only Chijioke that was shot in this shootout, and this never made any national dailies, even state dailies during that period? Nobody heard about this shootout that happened, and nobody else, the police did not succeed in getting his colleagues that were arrested.
Where are your parents now?
My parents are in Anambra State.
Well, can you describe to me what Chijioke was like? Your brother. What was it like? What was your relationship like with him?
Chijioke would tell people that I'm his twin sister. Like most people, he would tell them that I'm his twin. And many people did not know that he was older than me because of our closeness. But also, he's the second child of my parents, and firstborns have a little bit of pressure on them. Chijioke did not have that. He was very easygoing, very fun. He loved dressing up. His favorite thing is to buy new clothes or new shoes. That's one of the things he loved doing. And he also draws. And he has a very silly sense of humor. He was really, if I talk about him, I imagine him alive. I just imagine him smiling or making fun of someone. He's very bubbly, has a very warm personality. And that was why he kept on playing tricks on people about both of us being twins. If you ask him, say, oh, that's my twin sister, so you can't talk to her and all of that. He was really like very easy.
Now, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. We have to really give credit to this girl for her perseverance. 12 years later, she's still moving from one station to the other, one human right to the other. You see why I told you guys that the human right, reporting to human right is of no use. The system is rotten. What can a human right do? If you like, go to Berekete, nothing will happen. The lady just told you now she got the case to the National Assembly. They called the police. The police have no answer. They say, bring the IG. That was the last day they heard from the committee, they heard from the IG, they heard from the police. And you know, the police will not pick her phone call again. Muyiwa Adejobi will not pick this lady's phone call again. May Nigeria not happen to you. And may it not happen to your loved one. Now, on the case of that, you look at this case, this is just one. It's thousands. Every day we see this. Now we'll talk about the Afiba and Celine case. Up to today, no response from the police. Not even one, not even to even admit those girls were missing. Not to even admit, like say, okay, those girls are missing. No, they did not come out once. They did not come out once to even admit, say, these girls are missing. Who did they send to us? They sent a human right. Pro-Africa. Are you guys there? I hope my I'm not mute. Let me check again. Moscow, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Ben. I'm hearing what you're saying. Good evening.
Yeah. So when I saw this today I saw it on the social media, and then I listened to the girl, and I said, and somebody is telling me to stop talking about Afiba and Celine, or to stop talking about Andrew, not to ask that the police, what was the process of handing over Andrew to the police that came from Abuja? What was the reason why this police took Chijoke back to the crime scene? Because these are just made up story. It is a make-up story. We are talking about the young lady in Abuja that was just pied the other day and divided into 6 bags and washed. The police want us to believe that was the crime the guy commit. No other thing need to be investigated. Who pie somebody and divide it into 6 pieces and wash it and have 3 bags of tomato inside his house? No food, no Indomie. And you think we should just wrap this crime around this man? Nobody else need to be looked at. No more investigation. We got this guy. That is it. Come on, guys. Come on. We can do better as a nation.
You know, now I begin to see Nigerian police as an entity that was set up to cover up crimes, actually.
That's what they're doing.
They are just covering it up. You know, it's as if there is a stormy block somewhere that when the case gets to that place, it doesn't pass there because it's going to now affect one big person up there. You know, the whole thing is interconnected. You know, if this one doesn't cover up for this person, then there is a problem. Now let me mention one big person name in Nigerian police. You remember this Nigerian police guy they were calling Super Cop?
Abakari. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is happening to that guy's case? You know, there was a time that guy was indicted.
They've already released him. He's free. He can run for governor tomorrow.
Yeah. Then they said, okay, now they want to extract him to US to go and answer for case. From that time till now, has anybody heard about that guy?
Zero. Case don't go. That case is gone.
Now, that's at times when you look at Nigerian situation, you will be scared for your life. You go there, it's our hope. but you will just be scared because anything can happen there and nobody will account for it.
Let me describe the situation in Nigeria. Let me describe the situation in Nigeria for you. And if you take it, good. Those of us that grow up, that have a little bit of Ajekpako blood in us, we used to set a trap like this in the ground to catch rabbit those days. You understand? You know those rabbits, if they are walking, the trap can catch any of them at any time if it's on the lane. Every Nigerian citizens are walking on top of a trap. That is why you see people that have made it, they try to buy the security they need because they know. That is why you see that our police is for sale. You buy your security, you buy police to guide you, to guide your children, to guide your wife. When you go to a wedding, police follow you. When you are driving back to your village, police follow you. What about the citizens? The citizens are stepping on a mining. It can happen anytime. A drunk driver could just carry motor, lorry, and go and pie so many people. Nothing will happen. No compensation to your child, no compensation for your family, nothing.
In fact, that's the best way to cover up any buying thing in Nigeria. Once the person has a license and he uses his car, he don't go with that.
He don't go. Nothing. No accountability. A nation whereby we don't even have a licensing system. Can you tell me Nigeria have a driver license system where they check a driver where don't pay two people before? We get? Okay, now country be that one in 21st century. A nation where we don't even get alcohol check. A nation where we don't even get regulated driving school. Where we don't even get point for license. Say you get point for a license for misbehaving.
Mr. Ben, do you know that this policeman you people just mentioned his name now? That Abakari or something.
Yes.
Did you know if you see that man mansion, if you see that man house, it's like Aso Rock. If you see that Abakari house, if you see the junior brother also that is police, you will think that they are the IG of police. If you see their compound, if you see cars that is at their compound, police. And did you know that there is police, even when this man, they said that this man is in prison, they have police guiding him.
I said when he came out, thousands of people went to welcome him.
Celebrating him now for you to see, celebrating him. This girl that died, that the guy died in Abuja. Do you remember the first thing I told you? I said Nigerian police show this guy on social media for them to say, for people to say, oh, they are doing a good work, and that will be the end. Did you know the sister went to Brakete family?
Yes.
The sister said that that people that is involved is many. If only police can investigate it very
They are not going to do it.
I saw when the sister said it.
Yes, the sister say it's impossible. It logically it doesn't make any sense. You don't buy person, chop them, come wash them.
You know, I told you that very day that people that is involved is much, but that is how they will end the case.
That's it.
Now that is going after his brother and mixing stuff. Sir, I'm telling you, that guy is gone. And before that guy, the girl will get justice in Nigeria. I don't think it's.
I beg, who don't get justice in Nigeria? I beg. No, I beg, Nandi, who don't get justice in Nigeria? Where we know, where we can say, oh, this person, police fire mode, in family get. I beg, make we talk. Who?
My brother, let me. You said this issue of NSAS. Nigerian youths at a point couldn't take it anymore. Nigerians are usually divided on ethnic lines, on religion, on ethnicity, on this, on that. But Nigerian youths just got united and wanted to, bring to the information of the government of the day about the atrocities of Nigerian police force, especially that section called SARS, which had become very notorious. In fact, that Okuzo SARS, that Okuzo SARS was described as an abattoir. It was described as an abattoir. Mostly in southern Nigeria, Nigerian youth protested. The president of Nigeria, then Buhari, the statement he made was that the youths were trying to overthrow his government. All the atrocities that were there, the only thing they did to give the camouflage, they say each state should set up a judicial board of inquiry to investigate what happened. Anambra State was one of the states that set up the judicial board of inquiry. All the states also did. Then, no single state published the report of the judicial board of inquiry, which was constituted with public funds, where public funds was expended. None of the states, I didn't say one, none of the states published the report of the Judicial Board of Inquiry on NSAS. None. The people that got bite and that a lot of information, and I'm surprised you are, see, this girl's case is as bad as it is. There are some that you will read. There are some that you will hear. There are some that you get the details. Then you will not be able to sleep this night. You will not be able to sleep this night.
Especially from that Okuzo.
Yes, there were some people who came from abroad to come and visit their loved ones.
And they never go back.
They were arrested and taken to Okuzo.
They pie them.
Their family members identified, traced them to that place. That was the last they saw of them. Nothing happened till today.
Hey, Jesus.
Let me now tell you. Andrew, let me tell you.
Ben, Andrews. Ben.
My brother Ben, let me tell you.
Andrew was my friend. Ben, yes.
Nigeria is not a serious country. You see, Nigeria thrives on injustice. Nigeria thrives on corruption.
And tribalism. And tribalism. People are not willing to speak the truth because of tribe.
It's a God. Let me tell you, and the very history. Let me tell you, the one-time vice president of this country, Professor
Osinbajo,
the vice president under Buhari, every year he will go to Rwanda to celebrate
Rwanda genocide.
The Rwanda genocide. The one that happened in Nigeria between 1966 to 1970. They don't want to talk about. I sent him a note. I said, every year you are going to Rwanda because Rwanda opened up. I want to do justice for their people, for history, for posterity, and for their children. Nigerian vice president will enter plane, will go to that place, look at what happened. He say, oh, this is very bad. Oh, this is very bad. He would go for Photoshop. They will take photographs of him. They will come and report that he went and condemned the genocide in this thing. The one that happened in Nigeria, nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to do justice to people concerned. People lost their loved ones just like that. No history. The genocide that happened in this country, up to today, nobody wants to talk about it. The other day, it was the only foreign leader that have talked about the genocide in Nigeria is Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel. You can Google it. In one of his national statements, when they were marking the Jewish genocide, by the Germans then, where millions of about 6 million Jews were pied. Listen to what he said. Then I'm challenging you. I'm going to come on your life another day and I'll ask you this question. I'm challenging you this night. Go and look for the speech of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, where he talked about genocide. He said the first genocide in the world was against Jews. That is his second statement. He said the second genocide was against Biafra. He said the second, that I'm talking about his statement. His statement, he read it, it's an address he read at their National Day marking the genocide. After the genocide against Jews, the second one he mentioned was Biafra. He used the word Biafra. Then he now talked about Rwanda. As we are talking today, the world recognizes the Jewish genocide. That is why the state of Israel was created. That is why America is arming Israel to defend itself, to make sure that there is no further genocide against Jews. Rwanda have taken a stand. In fact, they have built a national monument where they are educating their children. They are telling the whole world about the genocide of what happened and why it will never be allowed to repeat. It is the only one in Nigeria that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to remember. Nobody wants to address. Obasanjo came to this country. He set up a Truth and Reconciliation Committee. Very beautiful idea to address all the grievances of every Nigerian and groups in Nigeria. When he came to power, that was one of the first committees he set up.
My brother,
But
when
you know
I
what? He set up that committee, he refused to fund it. But the committee led by Justice Oputa, where Reverend Father Matthew Kuka was also a member, they wrote to United Nations Agency. The agency released money to them, and they carried out an extensive Truth and Reconciliation investigation where every Nigerian, where ethnic groups, where individuals came and aired their views and wanted justice to be done. My brother, as we are talking today, that Truth and Reconciliation Committee report did not see the light of the day. It did not see the light of the day. South Africa, Nigeria, Nigeria is very good at copying, but they will not copy to the end. Nigeria copied the Truth and Reconciliation Committee set up by Mandela. When that committee had finished its job, the committee report was published. Compensations were paid to victims. Apologies were made to people that deserve the apology. Policies were put in place to make sure that such a thing never happens again. Nigerians' own report, as we are talking today, nobody knows where the committee report is. Ben, so when you're talking about the police is just the police is just what how can I say? It is just part of the systemic failure or a result of a failed state government. We are government.
I think we should. I think at this point, because I told you guys the last time, I said, an activist, you cannot make it, you cannot learn it. Okay? Who is an activist? Somebody that defend other people's right. And this has to be inborn. You can't pretend about it. If you can pretend for some certain time, but with time, you'll be found out.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
For who you are.
Yeah, for who you are. So a real activist is like somebody that grew up using left hand. You cannot pretend you're always going to be a lefty.
Yeah.
So a real activist and an activist, and they are embedded in it. They are not into it for what they can gain. They are into it to standing for the right thing. And they can be compromised, but they recover very quick because they don't like to go deep.
Once you are compromise, you cannot recover.
No. What I mean, I don't mean compromise in getting bribe. I mean, like, sometimes they can see something, they will be thinking, should I put my mouth in this? Should I do this? Should I do that? And then they're weighing. And then sometimes they want to maintain that neutral point of view. But as time goes on, their true color will come out. They will start speaking against what they don't want to speak about. They will start doing it immediately because they are naturally born activism. That is who they are. Now, and when I look at the state of Nigeria at my age, I can tell you we don't have a country.
Then your statement is a summary of everything you have stated.
So
then we don't have a country.
Let us just agree. Like, there's something you no.
I don't know what I'm thinking exactly the way you are thinking.
I want to finish my thought so that I can confirm what you are thinking.
Okay.
If we can pretend so long, we can pretend, but the truth will keep catching on to us, like, until the next generation will come. The organization of that state is a fraud. The makeup, the component of that entity called Nigeria is a fraud. The assembly of that state is a fraud on its own. Then this is why you see the state empower the police to supervise the fraud that has been arranged. They are like the security guard. Okay, they watch over the subject of the state. And because they know we have to protect this entity for the interest of the people who set it up like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
what happened in Akuzo, okay? If it's in a country where there's a civilization,
yes,
you will see what will happen now. Accountability will take place. But what happened, you give example that and what happened in Kaduna when that young lady was pied on the street by her fellow student. Nothing happened. What happened in Abuja when that man was basically pied the girl, and then you can see evidence, and the police are not looking into any of that thing.
The next thing you will hear is that man will pie you.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So as far as you are concerned, the state is incapable of managing itself. So the only way that a country where a minister will go and rent a plane, park it at the airport, put a ribbon on it, and call the president to go and cut it as Air Nigeria, commission it as Air Nigeria. So what other thing can you use to describe that kind of a state?
I'm very happy I joined you live tonight.
Call me Ben.
I don't know why I keep on calling you Andrew.
Because Andrew is my friend, and I mention Andrew a lot this evening, so it's natural. No, I don't have a problem. Andrew was my friend. Yes, and every one of you should have somebody that you know that if this person tell you this, and you know their character, you know they are good and they are bad. What you know about them, if they're pie, and what you know about them, do not allow anybody to tell you what you don't know about them. Do not allow anybody to make you agree to what you don't know about them.
Yeah.
Say, this one I don't know. This is what I know. Yes.
You know why I'm excited to have joined your live today?
Go ahead, sir.
It's because of the summary of the conciseness of your thoughts and your how do I put it now? The exactitude of you getting what is happening in Nigeria. Let me tell you, Mr. Ben, Nigeria is not a country. It's the way we're just pretending. And these people that came and put us together, you see, it is the problem of the black man. The black man doesn't want to think or sit down. Soviet Union, let me give you an instance. Soviet Union was made up of made up of a country. At a point, the leaders saw that it was ungovernable.
It is not sustainable.
They noticed that it was ungovernable and not sustainable. The country was dissolved into 15 countries.
Yes.
One person was spied.
Yes.
Not one person was spied.
You got Latvia, you got Lithuania, you got oh my God. You go Yugoslavia, you go Ukraine.
Today, Yugoslavia is 3 countries. India and Pakistan were formerly one country. When the Hindus noticed what was happening with the Muslim North, they say we cannot prosper in the same country with these people. That's why today India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan are different countries. It is only in Africa that people were put together who don't have anything to share in common.
Zero.
The people that
Zero.
put them together have left. Sit down and discuss this thing we have. Is it sustainable? Ben, can you go if you go and build a 37-story building, you don't have electricity to power lift. You don't have water to pump to people living on the 37th floor, even from the 2nd floor up.
Ain't you cut it into 2 pieces so you can maintain it?
And they are telling you, let us have smaller units so that we can manage. You say no. Nigerian unity is not negotiable.
Nonsense talk.
The people that came to fight for one Nigeria, Soviet Union, they have divided into 15 countries. Yugoslavia has divided into 3 countries. Ethiopia today has 2 countries.
Britain. Call Britain, Great Britain.
The black man in Nigeria.
My brother, Nande. Great Britain divided into 3 or 4. That's our bosses.
I've never seen a contraption like this. The man that came here to put you together was for economic reasons. It was the company, the Royal Niger company. It has nothing to do with what the man just wanted business. It was a business empire Royal Niger company came to build. And that is how they brought this north and south and say they are one country and say this or that. From there, the government came in, the religious group came in. Then our people say they fought for independence and they left. They don't up to today, Nigerians don't want to sit down to look at the whole concept of Nigeria. One, what is Nigeria? Is this sustainable? Is it workable? They say, no. Everybody must stay together.
What nonsense.
Our unity is not negotiable. Which unity is not negotiable? As we're talking today, because half of the country is under terrorist attack.
Moscow want to say something. Moscow, go ahead. Nnamdi, hold on.
Corridor of power are so much greedy that they can't sit and discuss this. They know what they are benefiting, what their family is benefiting, and what they are putting ahead of their 4 generations.
And then you know what? In Moscow. You know what I'm going to say tonight? I know I'm going to get into a lot of it.
Nigeria will not get better.
You know what I'm going to say. What I'm going to tell you now. What I'm going to tell you now is something that I know many of you have already known, but I'm going to say it out today on this platform. We are not many here today. Thank God we have just 15, but the truth does not wait for numbers. The truth speak when the truth need to speak. Now,
even one single person can be saying the truth.
Yes. So this is what I will say. There is an unwritten constitution between Nigerian state and the bosses of Nigeria, the CEO of Nigeria, whom we say they left. This unwritten constitution is to make sure Igbo man will never be president of Nigeria, because down in their heart, they have done the research. The only tribe that have ever take a stand and ask for this contraction, as you call it, to be reviewed is Igbo.
I will describe it as a geographical entity. That is, it has no just a geographical spread.
So
Did you know it's a secret it's a secret agreement. It's never an open agreement.
No.
That's what Ben said.
But the secret agreement, just listen to what I'm going to say now. Listen to what I'm going to say. Do you notice this Tinubu administration? If you watch their media people, do you notice what is coming out is more anti-Igbo than pro-Igbo? Stop there. Stop there. Stop. Stop there. Stop there. Stop there. Do you know the 8 years of Buhari? What comes out is anti-Igbo, not pro-Igbo. Why do you think these two tribes always have one common enemy? Why? Because you can, but hold on, sir, hold on, because this is where I'm actually going. You can buy P2B, but you cannot buy an average Igbo man loyalty loyal to what they don't believe in.
Never.
You can buy P2B and make him a president.
But you can't buy his identity.
You cannot buy his identity or the identity of his followers. And they know about that. They know the content of an average Igbo man heart. This is the only tribe in Nigeria that have one religion. 99.9% one religion, Christianity.
Yes.
This is the only tribe in Nigeria that speak completely one language.
Yeah.
Anywhere where you are from, if an Ambra person is speaking, you will hear it in Imo.
Yes. Yes. That's true.
Okay? Now, and then you say it's a landlock. That is a powerful force. What do you see that they are doing? They say Ikwere is not Igbo. Divide and rule mentality. Okay? They say Asare Dokubo is not Igbo. Divide and rule mentality. It's not because a Yoruba man wants Igbo not to be liberated, or they don't want to be liberated. It's the state. It's the state. The state sponsor. The state is sponsoring this to put it in the mind of people. Somebody came here to my platform. And told me that I am now doing what do you call it? I'm a separatist. Then I asked the person. Yes, I told you. Somebody called me a separatist, and I asked the person, define Nigeria to me and tell me in one sentence, how can Nigeria work as a country? The person was wobbling. Another person told me, I am not talking with that person. I stopped talking with that person. The person told me that, why do I always support Igbo? I look at him, I'm like, I said, define Nigeria for me. Follow me defining Nigeria. Help me define Nigeria. And the person could not define Nigeria. When I made a video, 5 years ago, I made a video. And I was sitting there in Austria, and I said, I don't like Nnamdi Kanu. I said, people ask me, I'm like, I say, what about? I say, Nnamdi Kanu say Nigeria is a zoo. I say, Nnamdi Kanu insult the zoo.
Because the zoo is organized.
I say, it's an insult. And then I asked this my Yoruba friend to define the zoo for me, the characteristic of the zoo.
Zoo is organized.
No. Hold on. This is my day. I asked my friend who is a Yoruba man who get angry that somebody will call Nigeria a zoo. I say, okay, define Nigeria, what is happening in Nigeria now, and then define the zoo. I know there's a different animal in the zoo.
Let me shock you. Or let me not shock you. Let me tell you a fact. I have traveled to the 37 states of Nigeria. I have slept in every state in Nigeria, 36 states and Abuja. I have been to all the states of this country. I have lived in many states. Let me shock you. 70 to 80% of all Easterners, including the places you call South now, they speak Igbo language fluently. 70 to 80%. The Ogonis, the Queries, the man you call the Efik, they are not these people. 70 to 80% of Easterners speak Igbo. That's why today, before you know, you hear Fubara speaking Igbo fluently. You hear Leon Imoke, former governor, speaking Igbo fluently. I was posted to work in Port Harcourt. And when I arrived, my two drivers were Ogonis. My head driver came to me to introduce himself to me. He said, "Okay." He said, let me tell you, sir, I'm Ogoni, but actually, I'm also Igbo because my name is Chinedu. But I answer Imorobo. He said, he's telling me because he knows I'm an Igbo man. His parents called him his name as Chinedu. And that is his name. He's an Ogoni man. He told me this. I went through River State. 95% of River State speak Igbo. I don't want to say 100%. 95%. 95% speak Igbo. Now, do you know one funny thing I'm laughing about Nigeria? Then do you know the hatred for the Igbo man is what is holding Nigeria down, where they don't want to know?
Yes, that is true.
Go to our region, from every 20 meters, every 50 meters, you see police, military, NGLA, Navy, Nigerian Army.
It's like a different country on its own.
Travel from Onitsha to Owerri, a distance of less than 100 kilometers, about 90 kilometers. You will see nothing less than 20 to 25 to 40 road checkpoints.
It's more than now. It's
now, okay, but come to Zamfara, Boronu,
where Boko Haram is raining havoc.
Where the Boko Haram, for your information, northern Nigeria, according to the World Terrorist Index, named out of the 4 terrorist groups in the world, the top 4 terrorist group in the world, Nigeria is harboring 2 terrorist groups, the Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen. This is not my word, it's from the World Terrorist Index. They did an index, they did the analysis of the worst terrorist group. Boko Haram is number 2, Fulani herdsmen number 4 in the whole world. But do you know when Nigerian police and the army is concentrating their energy and firepower? It's in the east. It's in the east.
Not Nigerian police and army. Nigeria.
Government of Nigeria, Nigerian state, where they are concentrating their men.
Nigeria is not prospering.
That's why Nigeria is not prospering. That's why there is hunger in Nigeria. Those places that people used to feed Nigeria from, the northern areas in Nigeria where most of the food is grown. All the indigenous farmers have been driven away from their farms. So that is why the cost of living in Nigeria is unbearable. Nigeria is aware. They don't want to address it. The other day, they went and pied 40 fishermen. 40 fishermen and farmers. They pied them. They buy them in Borno. As we are talking, they have they will buy hundreds and thousands of people. One journalist came on national television the other day and said that when he was going to Zamfara, he thought that with the situation of people buying there, he said he thought he was going to see presence of security.
No, they are not there.
He said he traveled 250 kilometers, no single police checkpoint.
Yes.
But between Onitsha and Owerri, you have more than 40 police checkpoints, more than 40 military police checkpoints. Do you know that during your Adwa's time, they will catch you? Yeah, during your Adwa's administration, let us go back a little bit. During your to give credence to what you have said, that there's an unwritten constitution between those who handed power to some people in Nigeria, not to allow the Igbo man to excel. During the era of President Yaradua, some Igbo elites led by Olisa Bakoba did a report of the activities of Nigerian police. They came to a report with evidence that Nigerian police, through their illegal checkpoints and illegal activities in this Igbo land, they collect about not less than 2 to 3 billion every month. Illegal.
What is 2 to 3 billion? They collect. Hold on. They in one day.
Yes.
Namde. In one day.
Yes.
In just one day.
Yes.
In one checkpoint.
Yes.
Nigerian police.
Yes.
Collected 10 million from one person. There's evidence. I have the video. Hold on. Nande. I have 5 minutes to go. You are being very kind. You're speaking English. I don't like it. These people collect. Hold on. They collected 10 million. 10 million from one Igbo man. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It happened under 40 minutes. Let me welcome. No, Nandi, you gotta stop. Let me bring Victor. Victor, go ahead, please. You just join us. Victor, if you are sleeping, tell me, because I'm going in 3 minutes.
You have not answered me when you go live.
Tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't normally have time, but towards evening, like from 6 o'clock, I'm back. I will follow you now. Let me follow you so I can DM you when I'm on, and then put a lot on. And also Victoria, go ahead. Victoria, are you there?
This is a country, before as you're calling Victoria, this is a country where since independence in 1960, there's nothing we have gotten right.
I am so fired up.
Not one single thing.
Baba.
Is it in education?
Namde.
Is it in health?
Namde.
Is it in infrastructure? No single thing that this country has been said. We have the poorest number of people in the world. We have the highest number of dropout school children in the world.
If I am coming here to tell you, let us change Nigerian police, let us change the leaders to behave themselves, let us change human rights people. We are adding just a little bit of sugar. Listen, my brother, let me.
This state that unwritten constitution.
The
Nigerian youths rose a year ago to make a statement. For the first time, Nigerian youths across Nigeria who have been exposed to social media and past, they try to change the narrative. They try to vote differently. The same criminals rob them. Wow. Rob them that opportunity to change the narrative.
and they supported each other. Let me tell you, the problem of Nigeria is not the Nigerian people, it's the setup. And as long as the setup remain like that,
but I refuse to practice in Nigeria because I can't stand corruption. I'm a lawyer. I'm a solicitor and advocate of the Supreme
my
Court.
brother, if you have not read this book,
That book by this man,
if you have not read this book,
also retired from law. He retired from practicing law. He was tired.
read this book. If you read it, you will be talking like me. May God give us our food. Thank you so much for joining, guys. And tomorrow will be another day by God's grace. We are live on YouTube as well. For those of you guys that join us on YouTube, I want to thank you. Sorry for the my ignorance, because I didn't charge my laptop and I used it all day long, did not plug it, and then it went off. Namde, I'm following you now. And then Moscow, why am I seeing plus? Moscow, did you unfollow me?
No.
I don't follow you. I see plus. Victoria, I don't follow you. I follow everyone. So this platform is not my platform. It is a voice. It can be taken away. So let us make sure that we make the best use of it. I want to thank you guys for joining. And let's keep our hope. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. If you can give me a private DM.
I will do that. I will do that, sir. Thank you.
All right. God bless you.
Bye. My people on YouTube, thank you so much for joining, and God bless. Good night.